The PlayStation Drive is starting. While you wait, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon on YouTube to be notified of future goodness. If you enjoy our show, we'd love it if you gave us a 5-star review or rating on your podcast service of choice. To continue the conversation, join the Carpool Gaming Discord, where you can find a wholesome community to have a chit-chat with. For some exclusive content, you can also support us on Patreon. And finally, don't forget to check out the Carpool Gaming website for an awesome range of merch. Links to all that and more are in the show notes, but without further ado, let's get revved up for the PlayStation Drive. Whoa!
What's up, everybody? Welcome on in. This is the PlayStation Drive, episode 176. I don't know why my voice got all extreme all of a sudden, but I'm just going to lead into it. I'm one of your hosts, Ryan, and I am joined by three amazing individuals, Flea, Matt, and Ron. How y'all doing on this lovely Sunday evening?
No.
We're back.
It's back, baby.
Let's
go. Ron's back on the show, and therefore Sunday returns.
I've made a mistake.
Well, Ron was away. I stopped doing it, but now that Ron's back, Sunday
is good. Sunday's good.
Yeah, that's good.
Monday's
Fulia,
gloomy.
How's the weather?
It's gloomy. It's 18 and raining. I don't like it.
It's not bad.
That's too warm. 18 degrees is too warm.
18 is not too warm.
For my American friends,
no, that's not too bad.
That is 80 degrees for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not bad, right?
Yeah.
It's supposed to be summer down there, so it's not too bad. That's nice.
It's too
cool.
warm.
It's Melbourne weather. We get multiple seasons in a week, sometimes in a day. So it's very unpredictable weather here.
That's too warm for this moose. Okay, I can't deal with that. 3 degrees here in Toronto, Ontario, Canada today, and that's more like it. Although we could stand to be a little bit colder. Oh, it could stand to be a little bit colder, anyways. But yeah, things are good. I mean, we're that time of year. I can't believe y'all looking at the calendar. 5 weeks left of this year before we say goodbye to 2024 already.
Yeah.
Holy moly!
Too fast.
Yeah. But also, I alluded to it earlier, but welcome back, Ron. I know it's been a few weeks.
Welcome back.
In fact, we haven't seen Ron since before Extra Life, so we wanted to give you official welcome back to the family, my friend.
Hello, friends. Hello.
Yes, exactly. So we're gonna, of course, get into the show proper. Of course, Mitch, sliding here with the nicest comment. Hello, it is I, the Mitch Power, checking in on the best PlayStation
Let's go
on the internet.
Ah, nice.
What a nice
Thank
young
you,
man
Mitch.
that Mitchell
Thank
Power
you.
is. Yes. But
our dreams.
I'm here. I'm talking about Mitch a whole lot, but there's been some crazy knocking at my door. Someone's going like, housekeeping, because it's housekeeping time, folks. So, of course, we got new content over at patreon.com/Carpool Gaming. Speaking of the Mitchell Power, his new episode of the Pants Patreon podcast for Patrons Podcast. In fact, I believe it's Mitch's debut on the Pants Podcast. Outright Meow. Amanda's episode will be out later this week. In fact, her question post will be going up on Monday. So if you have questions for Amanda, please make sure to post them over on patreon.com/Carpool Gaming. We also have a new episode of Sweet Hangs out, which normally is just a Sean and Donnie show for 3 or 4 hours. But a certain someone here managed to get it on the spoiler alert, it was me. I was on that episode as well. Basically, they were talking N64, and I was hanging out in the chat, and they're like, I was talking to the basically back and forth in the chat, and they're just like, just come on the show. So we talked about N64 for 2 hours, because of course we did. So that was a lot of fun. So make sure to go check out that episode over on the Patreon. It is exclusive over there. Also, we've got new merch. We still got our Extra Life merch still available if you want to go pick it up. But we also have a brand new piece of Extra Life merch, brand new mug We've already seen some
Yeah.
people posting it. The Extra Life
People already got
2024 banner mug is now available on the site. You can go
I
order
still
it.
need to get mine.
Yeah, it
I
basically
need to get
is-
mine. Still waiting.
It's basically the banner that we put together with everyone's signature, with everyone's name on it, and the drawing of Mitch's face on it. Now immortalized on a mug. You can get
That's
it
the
on.
seller. That's the selling point. Mitch's face.
Yes. Well, that's one of them. I mean, there are so many
An
great drawings.
accurate drawing of Mitch.
Yeah. We also have Shauna's Mega Man. And a bunch of great ones. The bajillion things that we had to keep adding to Tony Baker's name every time that Tony Baker donated.
That's right.
Yeah, there's so much stuff there.
The amount of squiggling and drawing we had to do every time someone donated multiple times.
Yeah, exactly. Again, him especially, but also Cwagmire got a lot of that as well. A lot of the the squiggly lines. So definitely go make sure to check that out if you are interested in having a mug with a whole bunch of names on it. Because it's really, really cool. So there you go. Other than that, though, let's grab our 8 tracks, pop them in. It's time to talk about the playlist. Time to talk about the games we played this week. And Ron, you have to start us off because you always do, first of all. But second of all, you've been away for so long. I need to know how many games you played. What'd you play?
How many
I need to
platinums?
hear, man.
How many platinums did you get, Ron? Yeah.
Did you finally finish Trails Through Daybreak?
No, I
That's
didn't
right.
do my part. I didn't do my part while I was gone because I got caught up in all kinds of anime, TV shows. Too many things were coming out, and it was hard. Cobra Kai, Arcane.
Yes. Yes.
I finally started up Dan to Dan because Fee
That's a
would
good
not
show.
leave me alone about it. It is. So yes, Daybreak got ignored quite a bit, but I did play quite a bit this weekend. I think I'm at toward the end, but this finale is very long. This is the longest finale I think I've ever played in a game that's been called a finale. But I think
It can't be longer than the Xenobabe Chronicles 3.
Xenobabe Chronicles 3.
finale
Challenge
that we
accepted.
went
I'm
through.
kind of curious.
I don't know.
Kinda
I don't know,
curious.
and I never will know. So hopefully by next show, I think I'll have it done.
We're getting there.
Okay.
I
we're getting there.
You got to at least finish it before the end of the year, Ron. That's
That's gonna happen.
something that
That's gonna happen for sure. I think by next show it's gonna be done. But I'm still having a great time with it. It's been fantastic. The ride has been just nonstop go. It's been fantastic. It's just that I got to lock in and stop being distracted by all the outside sources.
Of course. Now, I wonder if the ending for that game is longer than Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Because we know,
I wanna know.
firsthand,
Kinda
Matt
curious.
and Fleia, that the ending for Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is very long. So,
I don't
Incredibly
think so.
long.
Oh, yeah.
I
Yep,
don't
yep.
think that's gonna happen. That much I do know about Xenoblade, and no.
I mean, that's only 5 or 6 hours, Ron.
I feel confident in saying that that's not gonna happen.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Well, Matt, how about you, man? What'd you play?
Ryan, friends, so many things are happening this week. Before I dive into the games, like, we need to talk about this. Like, I don't know if it's nostalgia, but like, the 30th anniversary stuff has finally come out, friends. Is this the?
I still haven't
Look, Fluya's got it. I've got it. Ron's got one. Like,
I do.
Come on.
It's right here.
yes, look at
right
this.
Hey,
Is
let's
is-
go.
Is this not the most beautiful controller? Like, I'm gonna wait till I calm down, but this might be my favorite controller for now. Like, it's
So-
it's getting up there. Like, yes.
Funny
Do tell
story.
us, Fulia.
I originally had pre-ordered the PlayStation Portal, the 30th
Yeah, you did.
anniversary of PlayStation Portal. However, that changed. So
It changed.
it changed. I ended up pre-ordering a Steam Deck as soon as it went live here in Australia.
Oh,
So I have a
that's
good
right.
choice.
Steam Deck on the way.
That's a good choice. That's a good choice.
And I'm like, I'm gonna get more use out of that Steam Deck than I am the PlayStation Portal. I'm not big on using PlayStation Remote anyway, or PlayStation Play Remote Play.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'll So I ended up canceling the pre-order for the 30th anniversary PlayStation Portal. Ended up, and the funny story is, I wasn't originally supposed to get this. I actually ordered this for a workmate of mine who thought he had missed out on pre-ordering, like, because it was through a ballot. And then
Oh,
later down the track, he ended up receiving an email, hey, here's your chance to pre-order the controller. So he forgot that he had pre-ordered one for himself. I had this actually delivered to him. And then at work during the week last week, he's like, oh, Fulia, by the way, I now have 2. Do you want the one that you paid for originally? I'm like, well, if you don't want it, yes, I want it.
Yes, you do. The answer is
So
yes.
that is my piece of 30th anniversary.
Nice. I guess I'm the only one that didn't get one. That's it.
Aw.
Well, I feel left out now.
But you have the Pro. You have the Pro.
You got the
So
Pro.
see,
I do
got the
I
Pro.
do have the Pro. Yes,
Yeah.
I don't have the 30th anniversary Pro. Just the normal.
Oh,
Pro.
okay.
yeah, but you do have a Pro. None of us do. So
That's true. That's
Yeah,
true.
so
And
there
I
you
also,
go.
I mean, I also have this other PS5 that's just sitting on my
Oh,
desk as
look
well.
at that.
yeah, see, that's actually very
Beautiful,
Nice, yeah.
eh?
The covers are good.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, I
Covers
like
are
that
good,
blue.
but yes, no, the 30th anniversary line is they knew exactly what they're doing. Nostalgia. We just jumped on it, just gobbled it up, and yeah, it totally worked. But yeah, I'm surprised at how many games I played this week. I don't know. I was very productive. So I'm continuing with Dragon Guard 3, and I'm excited to share that I have finished my first playthrough.
Let's
And
go.
spoiler alert. So if you don't want spoilers for Dragon Guard 3, which is an old PS3 game, you might want to pause and come back later.
Don't worry,
If
no
you don't
one's
really
gonna
care,
pause for this. Go ahead, keep on going.
I was gonna say, I'm gonna keep going. If you've played a Yoko Taro game, it's usually you play the game and then it makes you do another playthrough, and you usually see things from a different perspective, whether it's from new story beats or they let you play as a different character. I was quite surprised in Dragon Guard 3 that once I started Branch B, it's not a second playthrough. It's actually like a branching timeline. Like I won't spoil Branch A, but basically the way it ends, it's like wah wah. And I was like, is this how it really ends? And the game actually says that, like, oh, that didn't really work out. And then it's like, here's Branch B, which kind of plops you, I want to say maybe like a quarter from Branch A, and it kind of takes you in this very different direction. So I'm very curious to see where it's going to go. So I'm excited to see that it's not a completely same playthrough all over again. So it looks like it's going to be different choices are going to be made, and we'll see what happens. And yeah, I'm excited because the way Branch A ended, it does exactly what other Yoko Taro games does, which is it drops a bunch of like bombshells of story revelations, and it kind of gives you more questions. So the story has me hooked, even though the gameplay is meh. So I'm all in. But I did take a break because the gameplay was getting a bit frustrating. So I hopped back into Greece. So I've played that game twice. Absolutely loved it.
Hold on there,
question.
friend. Slow
From
down.
the press pool.
Pump your brakes. In Dragon
the
Guard,
brakes.
are you going to be going for the Ash Baby ending?
Oh my God, Ron! Like I don't know, man. Like Rio in the
I have
chat,
no idea
like
what that means.
I'll tell you. Just sit back, relax. We got time.
Okay.
So the ending that Ron's referring to is it's like a rhythm game from hell, and like it truly is. And
He
then
did tell us about this.
weird
It
stuff.
is.
Yeah,
It is.
weird stuff happens, including falling ash babies
Fallen
from the
Ash
sky.
Babies. Yes. A
That's true.
giant.
That is actual
a giant
fact,
fallen Ash Baby, might I add.
Yes, a big one.
Yeah.
A
That
big
starts off
baby.
as like a dragon ash, and then it becomes like a baby.
Yes.
It's weird.
So I'm gonna try, honestly, Ron, but like if it's like I have very poor rhythm, so if it looks like there's no chance that I can do it, then I'll just watch a YouTube video. Like I won't bang my head over it. So but I'll
That's
try
fair.
my best.
I
like
heard that
yeah.
that rhythm game is a mess, so it's fair.
But
I heard it's
Matt,
horrible. Like
The
Yes?
platinum trophy. You
Oh,
can have
those-
it.
Ash babies look creepy as.
I told you.
oh my God, the
Jeez.
platinum trophy, Ryan. Like yeah, it's
You can do
it's gonna hurt because I got the platinums for Replicant and Automata. It does hurt, but like rhythm game from hell that has nothing to do with the rest of the game. Like, what's the point? Like, why is it? Well, we know why. Yoko Taro's a troll. That's exactly why. But we'll see. So I'm gonna try, Ron. If I can't do it, then I'll move on. But
fair.
yeah, I hopped back into Greece just because I was feeling the Neva FOMO and wanted to get back into it. Yeah, because I played it twice on Switch and then I bought it a long time ago. And Fulia talked about how the DualSense, like the PS5 version, makes really good use of Greece and the DualSense features, which it does. Like it really frustrates me that some games don't make use of the DualSense, like the speaker, the lights, and the haptic feedback and all that stuff, and like the triggers. Like Grease does it very, very well, and it does add like more immersion to it. So I'm gonna go for that platinum this time because it's been a while since I've gotten a platinum trophy. So I'm doing that, and then for the final Backtrackers game for 2024, we have finally picked our 1000X Resist. So for those of you who are new, The Backtrackers is a small community in carpool gaming where we will play the same indie game together, and then we meet up to discuss it. And then the more times you come, that means that you might have a chance to pick the game that you want to play. So 1000X Resist was picked by none other than Yon32, and so far it's pretty good. Like this one has been on my radar for such a long time because everyone's like, "Listen up, Matt, Mr. Nier Automata. This is the indie game for you." And I was like, "I can't buy it. It's 2024. I can't buy it." So I was really, really hoping that the wheel would pick me for Backtracker, so I could, because I have a loophole where I can buy games for the Backtrackers. So I was hoping that pick me. The wheel picked Yon32, and he's like, "Nope, I want this game as well." So we're very, very excited. I think we're meeting on December 14th. So if you're interested in playing the game or just want to listen to a group of us talk about it, it's December 14th, 11 a.m. Eastern time. So yeah, those are the games I've been playing, and I'm quite proud of myself for juggling three. Usually I can't do that. It's usually just one thing at a time. But so yeah, it's been a eclectic week of video games. But Fulia, what have you been playing this week?
Oh, I've been playing a bit actually because I had a lot of catching up to do.
I'm ready to hear about these games, by the way. This is a good list.
Yeah. So this week I jumped back into Astrobot because I was, I feel like I was missing it since I was away for 3 weeks. And I am now one bot away from getting all of the bots.
Nice.
303 out of 304. So I'm still working on that. It's that last X run level, and it's really pissing me off.
Oh, come on, it's fine. You just gotta relax. It'll be easy. And then you've got all the DLC trophies, but the bots to rescue as well, which will be out.
I've still got that, but the other thing that I also need to do, because I do want to platinum this game, is do all the other little bits and pieces that that I need to do, like take photos and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
So I am kind of working on it slowly but surely, but I really want to get this platinum before the end of the year.
Yeah.
So
just don't forget about Eve. You got to rescue Eve. You can't just leave her there forever. Eve
I'll get to Eve later. It's fine. It's fine.
Oh.
I just want to get the platinum.
Platinum
priorities.
Trophy.
All right.
Yeah, exactly. She's not important.
Another game that I played, which is a collection that one Lockleth has also played and run. And the amount of times that you two have discussed it, yes, is Frog Detective.
Oh,
that's
what I'm talking about. Yeah. It's a good game.
I finally bought it, not realizing the fact that it is also Australian made.
Yeah. That's why I was surprised when you didn't say you didn't have it.
Blew my mind when I found out that it was an Australian made game. I was like, holy, and it was made in my state in Victoria. Hello?
It's
just like down the street from you, right? That's how that works.
Well, I don't know if that's how that works. No, not that close. But I started playing it. It's got some very humorous dialogue. Mm-hmm. It's very easy, point and click. It's cute. The art style is interesting as well. And I think I played through the first two. I started the third one. I haven't finished it yet. But yeah, it's quite funny.
It is. It's a very wacky game.
Yeah. So enjoying that. So that's been fun. I also picked up, which recently released, my copy of Atari 50.
Yeah, you did.
Okay.
This is the Anniversary Celebration Expanded Edition, so it came with a little DLC.
Yeah, because they added like 50 more games to the original collection.
Yeah, and it also prints out like a special piece of content where it gives you like an extra game that you can download to your PlayStation, which was really cool. So I got that. So I will say, let me just tell you the games that I did end up playing. I played... Well, I found a tennis game. I had to play it. It's Real Sports Tennis.
I was going to say, there's a bunch of tennis games on there, but Real Sports Tennis is there. That's the better of them.
That one actually was, that was fun. That was actually kind of fun. It took me a moment to figure out the mechanics of how it worked. But once I got into it, I'm just like, oh, okay, cool. And then I managed to get through it. And I won a couple of matches, so that was good. Okay. The other game that I played, which I know Ryan's gonna be
Let's
really
go.
excited.
I'm so
to
excited
hear.
about this.
Oh boy. Oh.
I
tell.
found Ninja Golf.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. We found a believer in Ninja Golf.
I'm not sure she's a
Where'd you
believer,
find
Ryan.
this?
Oh, you just wait. I'm excited.
Ninja
You
Golf.
serious?
Atari 50.
Oh.
Yeah, interesting game.
Yeah, because you're
Be
not
honest.
just your regular golfer. You're a ninja golfer.
Holy moly. I'm having a hard time trying to get through some of these. I'm like,
In fact, I'm gonna just.
I get distracted because I'm like, I'm running. I have to figure out how to jump. And then,
Oh, boy.
I have to fight other ninjas and moles and
Yeah.
the moles are
Moles?
shooting. Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
there's
like
moles
throwing
on the
rocks
car-
at
on
me,
the-
and I'm like, I
Obviously.
just want to play golf.
Yeah. But I mean, you want to be a ninja like this guy in the photo here. He's got like his little tees, like his shurikens. He's got his golf bag. He's got his sword. It's at night.
Oh my
That box art
gosh.
just kills me every time for Ninja Golf.
Yeah.
But it's
That
actually
box
a
art is pretty
surprisingly fun
ridiculous.
game. Like I actually like
man.
that game.
Is
Yeah.
it?
I think it's fun.
Yeah, it was interesting. It was very interesting. I played that for a little bit, and I'm just like, okay, I get it now.
At least you understand now. That's the
I
main thing.
understand.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
It's just like it's gonna be a very similar feeling, Fulia, when you eventually play Pepsi Man. You'll be like, I get it now. I'm not blown away
Eventually,
by
yeah.
it, but I'll understand. I understand it now.
You playing Pepsi Man, Fulia? You're a
I
trooper.
don't own it, no, so I wouldn't.
No,
Oh, okay.
I don't have it.
Okay.
Here I was
getting
thinking you
worried.
got yourself a copy.
if only.
I
That's
mean,
what I
could-
thought.
I
That's
could
what I
probably
heard.
Look,
Well,
I could
no.
probably find one on eBay, maybe. But
That's
I don't know
okay.
how much it's gonna
There's no
cost.
need to
You don't have
that
to do that.
yourself.
You
Yeah.
don't need to do that. No,
That's
no,
like
no,
a $200
no. It's okay.
game, Fulia. Don't do that
No,
to yourself.
no. Yeah.
199 more than what it's worth. Don't do that, please.
Yeah, that's not true.
Jesus.
All right, I'll save my money for my house.
There you go.
There you go.
The koala
Yeah,
pad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah,
The last game I want to talk about. This is another one that Ryan's going to be very proud to hear.
I am.
Not
very-
just
Maybe
not just
Ron
Ryan.
too.
Yeah,
Maybe,
not
hey,
just Ryan.
Run. Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Lots of people.
Dragon Age guy.
So, thanks to Save the Game Media, I won a copy of Dragon Age: The Veil Come.
Let's go.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
you did.
Shout
There
out
you
to
go.
Kevin
And-
the Groove.
And yeah, I wasn't like I'm not the type of person. I've never played any Dragon Age games, like none. This is the first time I'm playing a Dragon Age game, and so I picked it up and I streamed it on the Carpool Gaming channel. And the first 2 hours was spent just on the character creator.
Yep.
Good God.
Nice. Very good.
I got into
Very good.
levels, the Fiona levels of creating a
Oh
character.
Lord.
Because it goes
Nice.
into the nitty gritty. Like I didn't expect it to go like real deep into the details. And I was trying to make it look like me, but then there were points where I was like, yeah, let's make it a heightened version of me, something that I would like to look like. I ended up going with an elf rogue.
Okay.
And I went with a veil jumper. So I went into the veil jumper
Okay.
side of like faction.
Funnily enough, Fulia,
Yes.
you, Sean, and I, we didn't talk about the head of time, but we all picked exactly the same faction.
Are
We
you
all were
serious?
Velvet Jumpers.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Veil jumpers. Let's go. So I've played through so once I finished creating my character, as long as it took me to make it,
Yeah.
I played through the first, I'm going to say half an hour. So
Okay.
it's like the prologue before the title hits. And then the extra little cutscene that you get after the title.
Right.
And then I stopped.
Okay.
And I've already learned quite a bit about what's going on. It literally just throws you straight into it. Without even with no sort of backstory or anything like that. It's like, all right, let's go.
Yeah. They're just like, Solus is bad. You got to go stop Solus.
Yep.
And we here's how we're going to do it. And then the way it goes. That's how it
that's
goes.
Yeah. I like that there are some decisions you have to make, which will then, go into what the outcome might be. I've been trying to be I'm trying to be the person who talks their way out of things
Okay. Okay.
rather than being violent. So,
What?
so I'm doing very well with it so far.
You had to go in with murderous intent, Koala. Don't try to talk your way out. Just kill.
Flea's true intent has been revealed. She likes to talk her way. I think she's not violent at all, Ron.
Oh, show him the way of the blade. Just get it done.
But yeah, so I'm so far I feel like this is gonna be my feeling for the Final Fantasy 16 that I've kind of been missing, I suppose.
Okay.
So like just in terms of like story and stuff. So I ended up I didn't go the easiest mode, which was the story mode, but I went one up. So it gave me a little bit of like there's still a little bit of combat, and it's a bit more sort of like balanced, but it's mostly story. So that's kind of where I wanted to hit. I could have kept it at the default and like adventure, I think they called it, but I was like, I'd rather not come into like these challenges where it gets me frustrated. So let me just go one down and I'll be happy. So, and I didn't want to just go story mode completely and just have nothing to challenge me. So, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
I was gonna say you should play it the way you want to play it. Like there's something wrong with that. And Hambone Jami chimes in, says I beat Dragon Age last week. I really liked it. Played as a rogue as well.
Rogue. Yeah, nice. Yeah.
I
like the rogue.
Sure. I wasn't sure you were going to play it. I was with Kevin live when he was spinning that wheel and it landed on Dragon Age for you. Me and Kevin both said the same thing. We were like, is she even going to play this? And I was just like, yeah, I don't think she will.
But Ron, you're arguing against the point of free 99. It's right there.
Sometimes free 99 can be a setup. For Dragon
Not
Age,
this time.
for me, you, and for quite a few others. That's not a setup. We love Dragon Age, but for Koala,
I don't know though. I felt like, and when I talked about it, I was like, I felt like Fulia might actually enjoy that game because of how much she enjoyed Final Fantasy 16, which also plays very similarly. So yeah.
So we'll see how we go. I might play through it a bit more, but yeah, at the moment that's as far as I've gotten.
Nice. Well, I'm proud of you, Fulia, for giving it a chance.
Get this, and Mass Effects will be next.
Yeah.
No.
What? No, I'll give it a try. Come on. You gotta play Shepard.
Calm your farm, Ron.
Oh, here we go.
Let's get through Dragon Age first.
Mass Effect's one of the goats. You can give it a try, fool. Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm having Garrett play it right now for the first time too, so you wouldn't be the only one.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, he's never played it either? Oh my god.
He's never played any of the Mass Effect games. Yeah. And
Is he starting off with one?
Yes.
He's starting off with one, right?
Yeah, I told him to play the Legendary Edition version of 1. Because, like...
okay, that'll help then.
When we did our BioWare anniversary episode, we talked about a bunch about BioWare stuff, and then he told me the revelation that he'd never played Mass Effect before. I'm like, I cannot let this justice stand.
Yeah, that
was
shocking.
So as soon as he was done Final Fantasy VII, I'm like, no, you're playing Mass Effect, and we're going to fix this. We're going to fix this.
Excellent.
Make things right.
Yeah.
Excellent. Very good.
Nice.
Very good.
I'm pleased, Fulia, and I'm looking forward to hearing your progress continue over the course of the coming weeks with Dragon Age. But as for me, very, very light week of games for me because I was I had to work some overtime at work this week, and I just didn't really have a lot of time for games. I also was watching this. I picked up The Terminator on 4K, one of my favorite movies of all time. Got that in the mail this week, and that transfer looks amazing, by the way. It looks so good. But two games I played this week. Actually, 3 technically, because I played a lot of Hearthstone this week. Because as soon as they announced that StarCraft is coming to Hearthstone in the January of next year, I'm like, all right, time to reinstall Hearthstone and get back into it. And I found myself down the rabbit hole of Hearthstone once again. That game's still fun in the year of our Lord 2024. But another game that's a live service game that came out with a new patch this week is Final Fantasy XIV. We got the next bit of story for Dawn Trail with the post DLC. We also got the first part of the Final Fantasy XI crossover raid with Final Fantasy XIV, which I haven't had a chance to do yet, but I just got through the main campaign, which was like 6 or 7 hours with a new dungeon, a bunch of new story, kind of wrapping up some loose ends from the main campaign, while then kind of setting up things that are going to happen with the subsequent patches. And it was a lot of fun. The new dungeon itself really slaps. Like, I loved all the mechanics, and the place that you go is just really, really cool. It was a location that I saw kind of in the main map when exploring the base game of Dawn Trail, and was like, there's probably going to be a dungeon there at some point. And there was. I was very surprised in the main game there wasn't, but then we went to that location in the first patch, which I thought was really cool. So all in all, cool new patch. I'm definitely excited to do the Alliance raid later this week, and I will definitely do that at some point. It's just I couldn't find a group this week to do that, but this week coming up, I should find time to do that. And of course, the other game I played, hinting at it a little bit when talking about telling Fuya she has to save Eve, because I've grown to appreciate Eve a lot from Stellar Blade, because I've been playing more Stellar Blade and having a hell of a good time with this game. This game is really, really scratching that Bayonetta, Devil May Cry, Ninja Gaiden itch that I've been feeling for a long time. Because we don't really get too many games that are like this. We get more of these slower, more plotting kind of Souls-like games, whereas we don't get too many of these fast action games. At least on the PlayStation side of things. So playing through Stellar Blade has been a breath of fresh air for me, and it has kind of filled a niche that I've been craving for a long time. It's a really fun game. Yes, it's like very over the top and cheesy, but I actually really appreciate that about the game, because it just doesn't really take itself too seriously. And I'm mostly there for the combat anyways, and the combat is awesome, combined with some incredible bosses and the music, Matt. The music is so good. I talked about it last week with the music from the Nier Automata composer.
That's right, Matt.
So good. I mean, there's a reason why it was nominated at the Game Awards for Best Soundtrack, because that soundtrack is a banger. It's so good. So
I'm almost there. I could do it.
Stellar Blade. I've been having a fantastic time with it, and I'm near the ending, but I'm gonna have to play through it twice because I do want to get the platinum trophy for this one. I think I'm enjoying enough. I want to do the platinum, and it's not.
Right.
I have to do like a second playthrough in order to get the platinum trophy, but. The second playthrough, you can skip through all the side stuff as long as I finish the side stuff in the first playthrough, which I'm on track to do. So that actually will only add like a couple more hours on top of it. If you mainline it, it's a very quick game if you don't do any of the side stuff. So, but there's a ton of side stuff to do, which is why I'm still playing it. Because you could probably beat the game in like 5 or 6 hours if you just mainline it. But there's like 20 hours of content with the side content. So there's a lot to do outside of the main kind of quest. So, yeah. Having a lot of fun playing Stellar Blade, and that's kind of what I've been playing. So, because there's not really too many more games on the horizon, because it's time now, folks, to switch into topic of the week. So, of course, it is that time of year, friends. It is Black Friday sale time. In fact, by the time you're listening to this on audio feeds, if you're listening to this just on the free feeds, as an example, we'll basically be at American Thanksgiving when the audio version of this episode comes out, which, by the way, of course, is the real Thanksgiving. Yes, Canadian Thanksgiving is fine, but the real Thanksgiving is the real Thanksgiving. Let's be real here. So, of course, we're going to talk about Black Friday sales because, of course, it happens every Thanksgiving, and luckily for this podcast, all the sales are basically out now, anyways.
Yep.
So they give everyone 2 weeks now, basically, for Black Friday instead of just having people buy stuff just on Black Friday. So, and like all the PlayStation Store sales, as an example, go till the 2nd. So even from the time we release this episode on Wednesday for free feeds, you'll still have almost a week
That time.
to buy all your stuff. So I thought that we would sit down and just talk about some of the Black Friday sales that we see in each of our regions, and bring some games and recommendations to the table. Obviously, though, as I pointed out, we're all in different regions, other than Matt and I. We're both in Canada, but Fulia's in Australia, Ron's in the United States. So obviously, we're going to, when we talk about some of these, if we talk about price points, it'll be based on the currency that's in our region, and of course, some of the sales differ between region as well. So that'll be one of the interesting things we'll talk about. So just keep that in mind. Is probably anything that Matt and I talk about that will apply to Canada. Fulia, of course, our Australian expert, and then Ron, our correspondent in the United States. So. We'll go around the table. I think we all picked out 5 games, I believe, right? So let's talk about it. Ron, start us off, my friend. What are the games you want to highlight for Black Friday?
So I know there's going to be some dead giveaways that people should definitely get if they have a PlayStation. Ragnarok is on sale. They should definitely get that. That's automatic. Spider-Man 2 is on sale. That's automatic. You shouldn't even think about it. If you enjoy action-adventure games, especially Spider-Man. Spider-Man games are great, so definitely get those. But those are the dead giveaways, but that's not my list. The first one, since we had already touched on it, was Mass Effect Legendary Collection. That is
on sale. On sale?
It is on sale.
How much is it?
It's 90% off. It is $5.99 on a PlayStation Store.
Oh my God.
There's no reason whatsoever. if you have not played Mass
serious?
Effect, to not play this game. There's all 3 of them, and I have problems with the
$5?
third one. Yeah, $5.99.
Oh,
$5.99.
my
Yeah.
Okay, so for Australian dollars, the Mass Effect Legendary Edition is $9.99.
Yeah, and in
Australia.
Canada,
See, that's not bad.
in Canada it's $7.99, which is the equation of $5.
All right.
For 3 games.
Yeah.
3 games.
Mass
Kevin
Effect
buy a
1 and
McDonald's
2
combo
is
for
worth
$8.
it alone. It's worth full price for Mass Effect 1 and 2 alone. But come on, all 3 games, especially with Mass Effect 1, you got the story and the characters. Mass Effect 2 gives you story, characters, and the gameplay. Mass Effect 3 is there. But the first
Oh, come on.
Mass Effect 3 is there.
It's good.
It's fine. It's
okay.
It's not horrible.
It's an okay game.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's an okay game.
Yeah, it's
Run
okay.
for
That's right.
$5. Like, why not play Mass
Hey,
Effect 3?
I wouldn't have
There
this
you
is my first pick if I didn't want them to get it. Mass Effect 3 does not bring it down that much to the point where I would just say, forget this whole series. It doesn't do that much damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with that. So that's
a
going to be my
steal.
first pick. That's my first pick.
Wow.
That's a
Very
really
nice.
good one. I missed out on that one. I was like, because that would have been one I would have thrown to the top of the list if I knew it was $5. But it's just like, that's like such a steal. That's so much game for
90% is robbery.
$5.
That's robbery
that
right
is-
there.
That's like 100
That
hours
is
of game
wild.
for $5.
It is.
And it's
Yeah.
a good one.
Look,
And
Koala can get that and tuck it in the backlog.
Yeah.
Just
There
saying,
you go.
Koala. Just saying.
It's good. It's
It
very,
is.
very good.
It's not even good. It's
excellent.
outstanding. It's great.
I mean,
I just don't know whether it's going to be my type of game.
I was just going to say, because I don't think Fulia is really like much of a third-person shooter person.
but it's cover based.
Come
It's
on.
cover based.
Yeah.
I think you'll be
Don't
all right.
worry. Yeah, I think so. Give it a try.
And
it's
look,
fi-
it's just
$10.
It's just for how much you say it was? $10
It's
in
$10.
Australian?
It's
Yeah.
$10.
Yeah, come on.
You got nothing to lose.
Come, join the BioWare fam.
I already did.
I know.
That
You're
is
almost
true.
all
Fully
the way.
embrace.
Keep going.
Fully
That's
embrace.
right. Keep going.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Keep on going.
Yeah. You're almost
No,
there.
you've got your next game after Dragon Age lineup with the Mass Effect trilogy.
Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3. There you go. That's right.
There you go.
All three.
That's
Maybe
the one-
EA will
one-
decide to somehow make it work. You give Dragon Age collection. Then there you go.
That's the
Origins,
one time where I'll agree with Matt and say one full experience.
One full experience.
One full experience. There it is. Let's go.
It literally is.
It literally, yeah, I'm about to say
It
he's not
is.
wrong on that one.
The save carries over between all 3 games, so your character
right.
progresses between all 3 of them.
right.
So it literally is one full experience.
Right. You could be Koala, female shepherd, and you could save the universe all through
Or
the
just
whole
murder everyone
game.
like I do.
Or, yes, you could do that too. It's your choice.
It's your
your
choice.
choice.
You could do
Punch
whatever you
reporters
want.
in
Yeah.
the face, kick
Kick
things out of
somebody
windows.
through a window of a skyscraper. Go
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah.
I'm
can.
sorry, this
You
is
could-
not
you
the convince fully to play BioWare games episode.
Okay.
Fair enough.
All right, fine. All right.
All right. Matt, how about you, man? What's the first one you want to highlight?
Well, I just want to stress that I am not allowed to buy new games this year. I only had a few loopholes, which is just for backtrackers and 2 games. So I'm almost there, friends. This last stretch is very challenging because there's a lot of bangers that are finally on sale, and this really hurts. Like, it hurts a lot. I'm not even gonna lie. So yeah, the first one I want to highlight is what Ron mentioned, which is God of War Ragnarok. So in Canada, it's $39.99, and I'm like 90% sure this is the lowest it's been. I'm
It has.
fairly
I'm
confident.
pretty sure.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, I've been waiting, and because I wasn't in a hurry to play it. I've been watching. I saw it dip down to 65. I think the lowest I saw it go down was $50, and I'm like, no, I can wait. And then yeah, I was actually quite surprised to see it at. Of course, it's this year. When I said I'm not going to buy new games, it's going to drop to the lowest price that I feel comfortable buying. So yeah, if you're a smart person and you didn't make a foolish promise of not to buy new games in 2024, and you have a PlayStation, buy God of War Ragnarok, because it's one of PlayStation's pillars. Like, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. So that's one I want to highlight. Spider-Man 2 was on my radar as well. I saw it. I think in
Yes.
Canada it's dipped down to 55,
Yep.
which is pretty low because
Well, you have to remember that
This-
PlayStation first-party games are kind of like Nintendo first-party games this generation. They don't go on sale at all. Like basically
Exactly.
once a year.
Yeah.
So, and they haven't really been this discounted. So,
yeah, because Spider-Man 2 was a 2023 game, right? Like, it only came out last year, wasn't it?
yeah. It was
Yeah,
awesome.
so for it to go down so in Canada, to go from 90 to 55, it's like, that's a good deal. That I can't participate and enjoy, but hopefully other people can. So
That's right.
that's where I'm at. I don't know,
Spider-Man 2's
Fulia.
amazing.
What deals are you looking at, Fulia?
Me? Okay. Well, here's a game that everybody should be buying on their PlayStation. Final Fantasy 16, the complete edition.
Oh, it's so
look at you.
cheap.
Okay.
The one
It's
full
so
experience
cheap.
edition.
It's actually
saw
pretty
it, it's so
good.
cheap.
It comes with both the DLCs that came out this year, and it's 25% off right now. And right now, it's gone down from $114.95 down to $86.21 Australian dollars. Like, I'm sad. I still have to buy the DLC. I only have the base game, so I would totally go out. If I didn't have it, I would totally go out of my way to get the complete edition because it comes with all of it.
Yeah, because the season pass itself is not on sale. It's
No.
still $33.99, $49.
Exactly.
But the full game itself with the DLC here in Canada is $70.
Square Enix is going to Square Enix.
That is
Just
seasonal.
buy all of it. Yes, fee. Thank you.
You just buy it again. Buy it again.
Treat
Buy it
yourself.
again.
Treat yourself.
Look
That's
at
right.
the special
Thank you,
show
Pete.
that we're having where Koala has talked about 2 RPGs, even though one of them, technically, is RPG by name only. But
Fulia is quickly becoming RPG queen. I'm going to
She
lose
is.
my crown
She
to
is.
her pretty soon.
Oh,
As far as the
gosh.
RPG
let's give her all the
master of
RPGs.
show.
Next thing you
Let
know,
me
she's
go
going to be getting
grab my
Dragon Quest
crown.
3. Dragon Quest 3 is going to be next, and she's going to be grinding away. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
And then pretty soon we'll get her onto even more niche RPGs like Romancing Saga 2.
Oh, yeah.
And she'll be playing Disgaea. And
Lunar series is about to come out. The Final
Yeah.
Fantasy Pixel
Oh, boy.
remaster.
Wow. Look
Yeah,
at you,
which is
Fulia.
on sale
Look
by
at
the way.
this.
But-
Yeah, it is. It is on
It
sale.
is on
We might
sale.
talk, we might
It
talk
is on
about it
sale.
later. Who knows? But
Yeah, come
there you
on,
go, Final
let's
Fantasy
go.
16. I'm proud of you, Fulia. Proud of you.
Same.
Yeah.
Nice pick.
Now,
Good pick. Very good pick. Yeah.
my first one is a game that a lot of people really like because they like fighting games. I like fighting games a lot. And this one actually kind of surprised me as far as the sale of it because it's at a really good price here in Canada. And I think in the States it's like $29.99 for what I'm about to talk about. It's Mortal Kombat 1. Fantastic fighting game. Of course, the kind of the reboot of the Mortal Kombat series, with everyone kind of taking up new roles in really interesting ways, and they really kind of mixed up the formula in a lot of interesting ways. But the trick about this one, in Canada, it's $39.99 for the physical copy on GameStop. But if you're on digital, $39.99 on digital will give you the Chaos Reigns bundle, which will give you the base game, the first season pass with all the season pass characters, and then the new Chaos Reigns expansion, which is like a $50 expansion, which adds even more story and like 8 new characters on top of that that are still coming out. They're still coming out with new characters for kind of the Chaos Reigns kind of season 2 that comes along with it. So $39.99 for Mortal Kombat 1 is a steal of a deal.
It's still. Yeah.
I think it's a great game, great price, great fighting game. Of course, I love to highlight fighting games on the show, and Mortal Kombat 1 is one of the best that's out there. It was up for Fighting Game of the Year last year over on the Game Awards. So I definitely think it's worth checking out. And for $39.99 Canadian, I think it's a pretty good price. So, because I think the Chaos Reign bundle normally is over $100 in Canada before it's on sale. So going to give it a shout out. So Ron, hit us with your next one.
My second pick is going to be one of Arcane's greatest ones. It's going to be Prey. It is 90% off. It is $2.99. That game is worth full price. The game is great. The story is really good. The gameplay is fantastic. You can't go wrong with it. It's $2.99. I mean, come on. If you enjoy Dishonored, there's no reason for you not to enjoy Prey. Give it a shot. Like I said, at $3, you can't really go wrong. If you don't like it, it's only $2.99. But I think that anybody who's a fan of any game from them, especially if it's the Dishonored series, I think you're going to be all right with Prey. Prey is just, it's worth that time. You can play it so many different ways to play. And like I said, the story is so interesting, and it's just a great game. That's probably going to go down as one of the Arcane's most slept on games. It's ridiculous how many people ignored that, and that game is really great.
Nice. Yeah, and here in Canada, it's $4.
Oh, yeah.
Not that much more expensive.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Yeah, nice. That's a good one. I know Garrett loves that game too. So
Yeah.
Matt, how about you, man? Next one.
All right, so yeah, God of War Ragnarok, Spider-Man 2, those are the games I would have bought, but I can't. And then the third one, before you not bring the pitchforks, it's fine. The third game that I would like to buy that's on Black Friday sale is The Last of Us Part 2, the physical edition. I know you're gonna get your pitchforks
How
because
dare you?
there you go. Because I already have it. I already have the special edition. I
But
already
we're not
have it
buying
on
games for
PS4.
you. We're trying to help the people make smart decisions.
It's a smart decision. It's on sale. It's,
No,
it's
I
$10
agree.
off.
I agree with your point, but you don't have to justify that you couldn't buy it yourself.
Now that being said, if you already own the game, it's just cheaper to upgrade it, so let alone to buy it straight up from GameStop for $55 here in Canada. So,
But you might not own it.
is it the best deal? Yeah, there you go. If you don't own it, this is your chance to get the best version of it for $55 on sale. I would like to buy it because I don't have that physical version, and it does bother me quite a bit that I don't have all the physical versions of that masterpiece of a game. So that's my third one that I would have purchased, but I can't.
Of course. Nice. Fulia, next one.
All right, my next one is for an indie game, because I'd be remiss if I didn't add in an indie game into the mix. And that is Coffee Talk.
Yes.
Coffee
Yes.
Talk is currently on sale, 50% off, from $20.94 down to $10.47 Australian dollars.
Totally worth it.
I would highly recommend getting it. Also, episode 2 is also 50% off. So I would also recommend getting that. And that right now is on sale for $8.97 Australian dollars. Definitely grab that. As soon as episode 2 went on sale and I saw that it was 50% off, I immediately bought it this past week. So I'm looking forward to playing through episode 2.
Nice. What's interesting is that somehow Coffee Talk episode 2 is actually more expensive in Canada than it is in Australia at $9.99, which is weird to think about.
wow.
It doesn't happen very often.
Interesting.
That's kind of weird.
Okay.
Yeah. But both are on sale
pick,
here
Koala.
in Canada
Good
for
pick.
$10. So, yeah.
You're on a
Some good
roll.
picks.
Nice.
Yeah. All right,
Okay.
next up for me is a game that came out this summer. So it's actually a very, very recent game. Got a great multiplayer community, and I think it's a game that people slept on because there was a lot of other games that were coming out around the same time. People missed out on this one, especially if you are an old school horror fan like me. If you love 80s horror movies, then this one will be right up your alley. Especially if you like games like Friday the 13th, or Daylight, where three. It's a multiplayer game where you have three of the people play as like the monsters, and you have a bunch of survivors, and you're trying to escape. That game, of course, being Killer Clowns from Outer Space on the PlayStation 5.
I didn't see that one coming.
It came out,
my
that
God. I did not
see that one
came out
coming either.
earlier this year. This game is hella fun. It's made by the people who made the Friday the 13th game, which I like a lot. And again, it has all the charm and wit of the Killer Clowns from Outer Space movie, including all the clowns, and they got all their powers, like the popcorn gun and the balloon dog that searches out the enemies, the survivors, or even your ability to make a shadow puppet Tyrannosaurus Rex that eats people. It's a lot of fun. The physical copy is not on sale, but on digital, it's 50% off at $26.74 here in Canada. I think that's just $20 US. So Killer Clowns from Outer Space, I think it's a really fun multiplayer game. If you got a lot of friends, get together, play some Killer Clowns. I think it's a lot of fun. So
Fee's not a fan. Fee's not a fan. Gee.
Fee just gets
Yeah,
scared of video
same
games,
Fee,
but that game is
same.
that game is so fun. Though. It's not even scary. It's just you'll have a good time.
Not
playing.
even scary.
Yeah, it's just got killer clowns and they're from outer space. What could what could possibly go wrong?
Sure.
It's a cozy game.
Yeah.
Oh, it's definitely not cozy.
All right.
The cheese factor's high.
Yeah. With these last ones, let's do a little bit of a lightning round. So Ron, hit us with your last picks that you wanted to do.
Okay. So 3, 4, and 5. It's going to be Disco Elysium. That's 70% off, $11.99. Disco, it's a CPG, but it is also not your typical CPG. There's not a lot of combat. It's more about the weird things that happen, the dialogue, the world building. But it's a really good game. I'm usually not a CPG guy, but there was something about Disco Elysium that was just so fantastic. So if you like CRPGs and you want to do something a little bit different that doesn't have a lot of combat in it, then Disco Elysium might be for you. Like I said, the dialogue and just the crazy characters and the wackiness that can happen is just totally worth it. On my fourth pick, I would say Control. Control's fantastic. That's 80% off.
Damn, these are good deals.
I think it's $5.90. Yeah, it's $5.99 right now.
I was
you
saying,
can't go
Ron
wrong.
picked out
It's
all the really cheap games.
Yeah, you can't go wrong
Dang.
with Control. Control is fantastic.
Wow.
Female protagonist Jessie is great. It's such a weird game, but the gameplay is so fun. It's just, God, that game is just so great. It's an outstanding game. So $5.99, that's a steal. My last one, I was a little torn on this one because it was between The Wolf Among Us or Titanfall 2, but I had to go with Titanfall 2. Titanfall 2 is one of the greatest first-person shooter campaigns of all time for me. It is ridiculous that nobody really bought the game. That's half EA's fault for dumping it in the middle of Battlefield and Call of Duty. But the game is so cheap right now. It is $4.99 right now. And it is totally worth it. The mech fights, just the gunplay is great. The story is the best story I've ever played in a first-person shooter. You just can't go wrong with it. Titanfall 2 is fantastic. So at $4, you can't go wrong.
That was one that they were selling at the DollarAma here in Canada, Matt.
Hey, man, totally worth it.
They were selling it for $2 for physical
I thought it was worth
copies.
full price, so come on. Yeah, that cheap, come on.
Yeah. I just remember
All right.
that, walking into my local Dollarama and just seeing just buckets of, of
Mitch
copies
knows
of
what's
Titanfall
up.
2 just sitting
Mitch
there.
knows what's up.
Yeah. But, sorry, Matt, go ahead with what your picks are.
Yeah, my last picks are, again, games I really want to play, but I can't buy. Is Alan Wake 2 Deluxe Edition. I think it's $80. Listen, I know people on the panel have poo-pooed on Alan Wake Remastered, but I still want to give it a try. Just the first one. But it's one full experience. I can't play the second one without the first one, right?
YouTube it. YouTube the first one.
That's not the same. No,
not the
cheating.
same,
No. That's not the same. No, I can't do that. So even though you've told me enough to say like Alan Wake 1 might make me frustrated, I still want to just give it a try. Alan Sleep. No. Come on.
For audio
Sean?
listeners,
That's
Steve
harsh.
chimed in the comments and said, from what I heard, it's called Alan Sleep, which is what Sean referred to it as when he was playing it.
That's harsh.
Exactly.
That's harsh.
That first one,
harsh.
I would say, yeah, that sounds right.
I loved Alan Wake
That's
too.
harsh.
Don't look at me. I love that game.
Yeah. So I did want to check that one out. That one's on sale. This one really hurts a lot. Is Silent Hill 2.
Yeah,
it's gonna be $65. And that game came out this year. So for it to
just
go
came out a
down,
month
was
ago.
that?
Yeah, I was about to
Yeah,
say.
so for it,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's like dipping down like what, 20, 30 $30. Like that's a good deal. And I did this to myself. I know that. I'm aware. And then the last one I want to talk about is
Concord.
I don't know if it's on sale everywhere. Concord. No thanks. That's okay.
Ron, come on.
I don't know if it's too soon, Ron. Too soon.
Pour one out for
Too soon.
Concord.
Exactly.
I mean, come on, it's free.
The last one, I don't know if it's on sale everywhere, but it's on sale at VGP Games. Is 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim. So it's on sale for $25 from $40. You're saying yes, but I can't buy it. Like, what do you mean yes? I'm not gonna buy it, so I can't enjoy it.
You will be.
It's like
buy
too
it.
bad
You
for
should
you,
buy
Matt.
it. 13 Sentinels is outstanding.
I
Come
cannot buy it. I can't.
It's one of the
I cannot
goats.
buy it. I want
Matt,
to.
do I just need to just mail you my copy of 13 Sentinels on Twitch? I just have it right here.
No.
You can come get it and borrow it.
It's okay. I'll wait for another sale.
Do you want me to just spoil it for you? I can hop in your DMs and I'll just tell you
No,
everything.
don't do that. Don't spoil
That's
it.
just
I would never
mean.
do that to him. I'm
That's
just
just
messing with him.
me.
I would never do that to him.
So yeah, those are some games that I think they're not as good deals as the ones that Ron's were sharing. Like those are crazy deals that Ron's sharing, but these are some deals that I found for some relatively new games. Like Ryan said, Silent Hill 2 came out last month and it's going on sale. So if you haven't checked it out, check them out for me.
Nice.
Check them out for him.
Check them out for him in his place. But Fulia, you are up. What are your final games you would like to impart on us?
All right, let's get into the last few that I've got over here in my notebook. So I would highly recommend going out of your way to get Hogwarts Legacy, which is currently 70% off. at $32.98, which is actually pretty good for a game that big.
Okay.
Definitely go out of your way to get that. Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. I would be remiss if I didn't mention a Lego game. That is currently 75% off at $22.48. That's a pretty good deal. And that particular game is actually like a lot more fleshed out than what the other Lego Star Wars games have been.
It's a long
It's got
game,
everything plus more. It's like kind of like remade in a different way, but it's still Lego. And
I'm just going to throw it out there as well, that if you are shopping digitally, you can get Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga Galactic Edition for $5 more, which has every piece of DLC for that game as well. So just throwing it out there for $5 more. I think it's worth it just to pay for that version versus getting the base game.
Yeah. And then the final one that I want to mention is another indie game that I played and I really enjoyed. It's very cute. Is Toem, and Toem is 80% off right now at $5.99.
Okay, nice.
Definitely worth your time if you're into sort of like, this one was a bit more of a sort of like a walking around adventure where you're taking photos as part of the challenges. It's all in black and white, and it's just really cute art style too. So definitely go, like, if you're looking for something in the indie game department, Toem, definitely worth it.
Nice. Those are some good picks.
Yeah. And no farming games, which kind of shocked me a little bit there.
Well, yeah. Keep those to the other consoles. It's fine.
Yeah, just play that on your Switch. You know?
Wow.
Yeah, Switch.
All right.
Damn.
All right.
Well, as for me, I have a couple ones, and also I kind of did the same thing as Matt, where I was like, it's interesting because I wanted to mix in some older games like Mortal Kombat 1, but also some newer games, the games that just came out this year. One of the ones that I thought was actually a really good price is Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora. That game is going for $40 digitally, but if you go for the physical copy, if you've got a disc drive on your PlayStation 5, it's going for $30. And I think that game is actually pretty fun. It's like Far Cry, but in the Avatar universe. So if you like Avatar, the movie, I think you'd actually enjoy that game quite a bit. The next one, of course, Sonic Cross Shadow Generations, which literally came out 2 weeks ago. It is not on sale physically, but on the digital store is $50, and I think it is well worth it. That game is actually 2 games in one. So similar to Ron's Mass Effect argument, it's actually 2 different games in one. So it's basically a collection, but it's a really good collection of 2 games. And the last one I want to point out specifically for Fulia, because she's here, Life is Strange Double Exposure.
Yes.
Came out a week and a half ago. Or sorry, 2 weeks ago. It is not on sale digitally, but the physical copy on Amazon.ca can be found for $50 on sale.
What?
30% off.
Look at that.
I've still got to pick up my copy from work, so I don't know. It might be on sale there too.
Yeah, because for whatever reason they didn't discount it on the digital store, but here in Canada, almost all of the places here, like Best Buy and GameStop, they all have it on sale. So pick up your physical copies of Life is Strange Double Exposure if you hadn't already, because that's a great price for that game. So there you go. Those are our picks for Black Friday. I know Hambo and Johnny also mentioned earlier in the chat that they picked up Metaphor for 25% off as well.
On sale.
That was a really good
It's on
deal
sale too?
as well.
Sure is.
But also, I want to mention,
dying
You feel that? You feel that
Matt's
pain?
dying, but what Matt hasn't considered is the fact that something I'm about to bring up is that the Black Friday sale isn't usually the only sale we get on the PlayStation Store. That's a big sale like this that has a lot of great deals. There is usually a New Year sale with a bunch of great discounts that happens every year, especially because it's like usually themed around the Game Awards as well.
Yeah.
And
that's right.
What's going to be interesting for us, Matt, and this is it goes for any Canadians actually, is that
that's right.
As of December 5th, we will no longer be paying tax on things for 2 months, including video games, because the government has decided
and controllers.
Yes, so, the government decided, hey, we're just we're not going to charge you guys tax on anything for 2 months, starting December 5th. So
there you go, Matt. It's time to go ham.
I don't know if I'm supposed to go ham. That's kind of counterproductive. I'm not buying new games.
Go ham. Buy everything.
I mean, for people who don't know, we in Ontario, we basically pay 16% tax on everything. So these deals, while they seem like great deals, we're basically like $100 game, Ron, we're basically paying $115 for it. So as a result, these games might actually be cheaper for us, Matt, to wait until your the New Year's sale, where then you won't pay tax and there'll be these prices.
Yeah.
So you might actually win.
Looking forward to
Then
it.
you buy everything, Matt. Everything.
Oh, not everything.
Everything. You can explain to your wife later.
I mean, Sean even throws out there he
That's
might go
later.
bacon. He might go bacon on things.
Sean, Jesus.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So just something to consider in Canada is like, even though we got these deals now, it might actually be better to wait till the
God.
New Year's sale, because I think the New Year's sale for us in Canada specifically might actually be an even better deal without the tax on things.
There you go.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be eyeing that PS Portal. Like no tax on that.
Yeah.
It's really tempting. It's
Well,
really
yeah, 'cause
tempting.
Matt,
That's
you have
a
to have
lot
games
of
to play on it
tax.
first. Get the games first, and then get the portal. Just
Jesus.
say it. Just say it.
Get the games first.
Or just buy it all. It's fine.
Yeah, just
All of
buy
it.
all the things.
There you go.
Just buy it
That's
all.
right.
There you go. So those are our picks for Black Friday. Like I said, lots of great deals going on right now. Go check them out, especially if you are listening to this podcast and you don't have a PlayStation 5 yet. This is honestly probably the best time to pick one up.
That's right.
'Cause,
PS5 Slim is like on sale, so grab
Yeah.
one and then
Oh,
get a whole
yeah,
bunch of games.
it is on sale.
Buy them all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
all the
it is on
controllers, consoles are on sale. And the consoles don't go on sale very often. Like they basically go on sale once or twice a year. So now is the time to get
Treat
them.
yourself. Get yours.
Treat yourself. Exactly. But let's get into some of our questions from the community. We're going to start with Quaggy, who says, "It is I, the Quaggy, king of the Xenobabes and president of the Falcon Empire. Caw, caw, caw. I have two questions. One for the group and one for Ron. For the group, which game that came out this year do you regret that you missed out on playing?" So before I get to Ron's question, let's go around and answer this one. Ron, what's a game that came out this year that you missed out on?
I kind of wish I had probably jumped into Metaphor. I mean, I have it, and I kind of wish I had played it when everybody was talking about it. But that's probably the only game that I would say that I'm like, really feel like I would kind of missed out on.
Okay.
That's it, though.
Nice. That's a good one. I mean, I love Metaphor. But yeah, it'll come up with the wheel one day, Ron.
Yeah, it will.
Yeah. Matt, I mean, this is just such an open-ender.
Where do I
Pretty
begin?
much every game that came out this
right.
year that's
Where do
not
you-
Final
He
Fantasy
has so
VII
many to
Rebirth.
choose from.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where do you want me to start?
You're spoiled
Uh,
for choice, as Gordon Ramsay would say.
Oh god, I think the one that hurts the most is probably gonna have to be Silent Hill 2, just because of Ryan's high praise for it, and just the people I follow like on social media in terms of like survival horror stuff. Like they usually bicker about like which games are spookier, how this game sucks and stuff like that. It's like unanimous praise for Silent Hill 2 of just how good the game is, and I'm like, this really hurts, just because I've always wanted to check it out. Never had the opportunity to play the OG, and then when they announced the remake, people were, I was keeping my eye on it, and then again, unanimous praise, and it's like, I'm missing out now. Wah wah for me. So I don't know, but yeah, that plus all the other games that I've listed for Black Friday sale, and I got a whole bunch of other games that kind of hurts that couldn't check out this year, but 2025 is around the corner, so we're almost there.
So basically, all the games from Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Gotcha. Fair enough.
Oh, that's right, all of them.
Pretty much. Fleet, how about you? What's a game that you missed out on this year?
So I actually bought it because I played the demo for it. I really enjoyed it. And of course, the way that Ryan also talked about it just had me like, I need to play this game. So I bought it, but it's still sealed, and it's Unicorn Overlord.
Unicorn Overlord.
Oh, it's sealed. Oh my gosh.
Oh my
Still
God.
got the seal.
Open that bad boy. One of these days, you have to open it, Fulia.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where I'm playing all these other games and I'm trying to get through all the shorter ones, and then I go out of my way to buy something as big as this, and it just sits there collecting dust on my shelf. So I'm like, I should have played this when it was, everybody was like hyping it up and everything. But got distracted with all these other things, other games and stuff. So
It happens.
yeah, it happens.
Well, fun fact, we didn't bring it up in the Black Friday sales, but I looked it up because I was curious. The Unicorn Overlord Monarch Edition,
Yeah, it's on sale.
which is the fancy
Oh, it's on sale
version,
too?
$56.09 here in Canada for the Monarch Edition.
Good deal.
Which has a bunch of
deal.
extra goodies in it. So there you go. As for me, honestly, this one just came out. I know. but it's one that I'm going to be kicking myself because I'm not going to get to play it before the end of the year because I don't have time for it. And I already know that I can't at the start of next year because I got to play those dang games that the wheel picked. So I'm locked into my wheel picks. So it's going to be at least until March before I get a chance to play this one. Dragon Quest III HD just came out, and I was really excited for it. And I just already know it's a game that I really wanted to play that I'm just going to get stuck not finding time for this year. And that's one that's going to just unfortunately go by the wayside because I was too busy playing other games. Or I just, in theory, I could probably make time for it next month, but I've already kind of scheduled out what I'm going to play next month. And, unfortunately, it's the one that misses the boat. So Dragon Quest III HD 2D remake, unfortunately, is the game that missed the boat for me. But the question for Ron, though, from Cwaggy, he asks, how much did you enjoy playing Fortnite while you were on break, and why wasn't it extremely enjoyable?
I'm going to be as nice as I can when I say this, because I know how some people get upset over people's opinions. Fortnite will never, ever be played by me. I do not like the look of it. I do not like its mainstreamy casualness. That is a game that I will choose death over before I play it.
Wow. Damn.
Excellent.
So that's never going to happen. So that's the end of that. Point blank, period.
Wow.
Fuya chimes in and says, Ron, I said the same thing. You can do this in all caps.
Fee, you know how much you my peeps. You know it, but that ain't happening. Now, Apex, you want to talk to me about Apex, you might be able to talk me into that. But
we're
Mitch
talking about
will
Fortnite
get you into
here.
that.
Fortnite ain't happening.
No.
Just get Mitch in here. Mitch has to talk Ron into playing
Apex might happen, but Fortnite, no way in the world.
Yeah. Oh, man. Rybo has an important question I want to address here. Rybo says, I have a question for the show. When will Pepsi Man Plays Pepsi Man event take place? Of course, we unlocked that at Extra Life.
Rybo, please stop this.
I've mentioned
Why?
before, the date isn't yet settled, but it'll be on the week of Christmas is when I will be doing Pepsi Man Plays Pepsi Man for you all. You're welcome. Y'all
Are you happy?
raised money for it.
Happy now?
Y'all paid for it, so it's happening.
I want to make sure I'm there.
Yeah. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. I can't wait. And of course, Mitch chimes in and says yes to Apex. So there you go. There you go. All right. Next question in the chat comes to us from Final Fantasy VIII is Life. Final Fantasy VIII is Love. It says, with so many games on sale, why is it the best deal available? Usually Final Fantasy VIII. It's such a great game with great replay value, and that's the answer.
Okay.
I mean, I didn't even look this up.
I'm not sure what to add. I'm not sure what to add to
Fantasy
that.
8 actually does go on sale quite a bit, and it gets very cheap. There's a reason why.
Does it?
I would like to correct Awesome Dave here on this, though. Not currently on sale. It's still $26.99
Not on sale.
Canadian.
Please do not buy that game at $26 or whatever it's worth. It's only worth $1.99, if anything at all.
$1.99.
Yeah.
Oh,
So that'd be
too bad.
about
You can't buy it.
$4.99 Australian.
Don't even pay that much for it, Koala.
I don't actually see where the question is, but he's just like, yeah, just Final Fantasy VIII. It's great. Go play it.
He did answer it. Nothing to add. Thank you, Awesome Dave. Thank you for chiming in.
Of course, Yon32 chiming in here saying, hello, friends. The bear is back. The bear is, in fact, back.
Hello, John.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. All right. Next up, we got HVAC Sparky who says, hey, y'all. Hope everyone is well. It's nice to see the bear come out of hibernation. Anyways, with the PlayStation 5 Pro out now, with its graphical and performance values being shown, does this affect how you anticipate the PlayStation 6 down the road? How much of an improvement do you really think it will have over the PlayStation 5 Pro? Additionally, does the price point of the PlayStation 5 Pro make you nervous for what you'll have to pay for the PlayStation 6 when it comes out? Because I can't imagine you would be paying less for it, right? So this is a good question, HVAC Sparky, because I hadn't really thought about this. Obviously, I'm assuming PlayStation 6, the biggest thing they're going to do is want to, try and perfect 4K gaming as much as possible by trying to get the smoothest frame rates as possible at pure 4K. I think that's more what they're going to try and go for there. They're not going to shoot for 8K. I mean, I hope, anyways. But you're right about the price point. I think the price point might be in the territory of what the PlayStation 5 Pro is because they know people will pay for it. But I'm curious to know what the rest of y'all think. Starting with Matt, what do you think about this?
I truly don't know where they're gonna go with PS6 in terms of like this is, the next generation of PlayStation consoles. I'm curious myself because I remember when they announced PS5, at least from what I recall, a big push of like this is the next generation was the SSD. And to me, it makes a big difference. It really does. So that was a highlight. So like what Ryan said, like, I don't think they're gonna be like 8K is what makes this the next generation. I don't think that's what they're gonna go for other than like like truly at 4K minimum 60 FPS or higher. That's great, but is that next generation defining? In my opinion, no. Like it's nice, but to me, it's not like a big leap forward. So I'm curious to see what they'll do at this point in terms of what consoles look like for the next thing. So I don't know, but yeah, for sure, it's going to be well over what's the PS5 Pro here, Ryan? 1,000.
$1,000 here in Canada, or $949.99 here in Ontario.
Yeah.
But after tax,
So-
you're over $1,200 for it.
Yeah, so it'll be maybe like 1,000 flat or whatever for PS6, and I'm gonna need help with making a PowerPoint for that one because that's expensive. It's really expensive.
Doggy. Yeah. Well, what about you, Ron or Fui, who wants to chime in on this one?
I think it's about the most thing I think they should probably focus on is the performance side of it. The graphics, especially with certain games, like anything that's done by Guerrilla, especially when you look at the Horizon games, graphically, there's only so much that I think they can really push that further. I think the performance is what they really need to focus on, so that way we can get steady frames, we can get everything that we need to get at 4K. As far as that pricing, I don't know, man. I mean, people went out and bought the Pro. I mean, the numbers are good for it. It isn't like the numbers are like super crazy, but still, it's the fact that people did go out and buy it. So Sony's looking at that and they're saying, well, we might be able to get away with close to that. So it's really hard to say. I hope it's not going to be anything close to that, but the demand's there. People are going to buy PlayStation 6. I'm going to. I'm not going to sit on the fence and not buy it. So if it ends up being $600, $700, I'll be there day one, just like I've been there for every single PlayStation console. So yeah, I guess we'll see. I mean, at least I don't have to show a PowerPoint to anybody. I just have to explain to my wallet, we're going to do this. And I'll cry later.
Just get ready. You can do that. Yeah.
I'll just prepare myself, and that's going to be it. But I think performance is going to be the focus. I can't see them really worrying about 8K or anything like that. The graphics will get a bump, of course, but I think performance will be the focus.
Yeah. Fulia?
Yeah, look, I think I have to agree with everybody else. I just know that I probably won't be day one on PlayStation 6. But it's just more so the fact that, everybody's been complaining mostly about its performance. So, yeah, I think that's probably what they'll have to work on. As for price point, right now, PS5 Pro here in Australia, it's $11.99 Australian dollars.
Oh
Yeah.
my!
That's
God,
including
that ain't
tax,
right.
though. That's including tax.
Oh,
Like-
well, actually, we might be paying more in Ontario because the tax is higher.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness!
That's right.
So I'm pretty sure it's $11.99. So it's like $1,200, and I'm looking at this thing. It's like doesn't have a disk drive, and you're going to be charging me that much? No, thank you. I'm good.
Yeah. No, luckily I had like a disk drive on my Slim that I could just pop out and put in because that would have been an extra $150 before tax here. So
Yeah.
which would have been fun. but yeah, we all kind of agree with this, and I think. Matt, you said something which was interesting, which was that it wouldn't feel like next gen if it was performance based. But I would argue that what actually made the PlayStation 4 really stand out over the PlayStation 3 was the performance of games and the fact that games were running more often at 60 frames per second on, or at least running way better than on PlayStation 3. Because if you go back and play PlayStation 3 games, many of them run at 30 frames per second or less. And
Or a sub 30 FPS.
exactly.
That's right.
Like if your game's not Call of Duty or if your game's not made by Sony
Yep.
first party, chances are your game is probably running sub.
It was less than 30.
Yeah. So it's just like I think that was the biggest thing that was the biggest leap over the PlayStation 4 from the PlayStation 4 to the PlayStation 3. So I think it will probably be a better even more of a jump in that way. Like it'll feel more like that, I think, versus redoing the visual spectrum of upgrading from 4K to 8K or something. So, but anyways, moving on. We got Carco Kyle who says, do y'all have any good Black Friday stories? I remember waiting 4 hours before opening time at my local Majir, which I guess is a shop where they live, in 2014 as a broke college student to grab a PlayStation 4 for cheap. Totally worth it. It came bundled with Grand Theft Auto 5, which I immediately traded in for The Last of Us. I have no regrets about that. So what do we think about, do we have any good Black Friday stories? I honestly don't really have one, but part of that is, and Matt, you'll kind of back me up on this probably, is that here in Canada, for the longest time, Black Friday wasn't really a thing. So by the time Black Friday finally got here, that's really when the advent of digital shopping became a thing. So mostly it's like, I don't have any good stories of signing into my PSN or my Xbox or my Switch and buying games digitally on Black Friday. Like, I don't have those kind of special memories like Coco Kyle's kind of describing. Maybe some stuff on Boxing Day. Maybe there some okay Boxing Day stories, like lining up around my local future shop at like 6 in the morning to go in and buy a new computer or something like that. But I don't really have any good stories for Black Friday. So, Ron, as our American correspondent, I would like to know if you have any good Black Friday stories, since you really are the only person who is in kind of the realm where Black Friday was like a really big thing.
Yeah, no, I stayed away from Black Friday sales here. It is madness, complete craziness here in my town when Black Friday hits. So no thanks. I avoid that.
Okay, Fulia's got her hand up.
Is it anything like the movies depict it to be?
Oh, it's madness. It is madness. You will if you go by there in the morning time. Like there was one time I had to go to work early that day, and I was passing by. They have in my town they had a Target, and I forgot the store that would be in that same area, and there was nothing but cars, nothing but people lined up all the way into the parking lot, almost near where the street is at, and I was just like, that is ridiculous, and it is like that every single year. No, thank you, multipass. That's not for me. That's what Amazon and everything else is for. No thanks.
Damn.
Nice. Yeah. Mitch, of course, confirming this in the chat very much as the movies depict.
It's crazy.
It's really bad.
It's crazy.
Oh God. Oh, I love this one. 3 hours wait at Fry's Electronics when they had 100 cash registers open.
Wow.
It's wild.
That's so many people.
That really is.
And I always feel bad for all
insane.
all the people who work in retail during Black Friday. Shout out to y'all. Bless y'all. Bless y'all. I don't know how you get through that day. Oh my God.
Well, I will say it's not as bad here in Australia. So as someone who does work in retail during Black Friday, it's mostly online orders that we cop.
Okay, you still got plenty of people who go out here. It's wild.
Yeah, I was gonna say like Fulia. So obviously Black Friday was probably very similar to here in Canada, where you got it like much later, like it eventually made its way to Australia.
I think within the last, I think Black Friday was more sort of seen within the last 10 to maybe 15, not even 15 years. I'd say within the last 10 years.
That's the way it's been. That's the way it is here.
Yeah.
And by then, like I said, most people were doing their shopping on Amazon or Best Buy or something anyway. So it's just
but also the fact that a lot of retail stores nowadays are starting their Black Friday sales like 2 weeks early rather than having it on the day.
Yeah.
Well, that's why we're able to do our Black Friday sale episode now instead of actually waiting.
Exactly.
For Friday, right? You know? Otherwise, we would have actually had to wait till next week to do this episode. All right. Next up, we got Black Wyver, who says, "Good day, Fab 4. Many, many years ago, I played a James Bond game on my PlayStation 2. I had a fantastic time, and at the time, I pretty much only had played Need for Speed and other similar games. So this was well outside of my wheelhouse. I remember the game ending in a tank mission, and then the credits rolled. That was the first game I rolled credits on. Any idea on what game that is? So there's 4 different James Bond games on the PlayStation 2 Black Wyver. You've got Nightfire, Everything or Nothing, Agent Under Fire, and then the Sean Connery one from
He's
Russia
talking
with
about
Love.
Everything or Nothing, and if that's the one, that was a really good James Bond.
I'm also pretty sure it's probably Everything or Nothing as well.
That was really good.
Yeah, it's either that or Agent Under Fire. I think it's one of the two of those. I guess it depends on if it's third person or first person. But yeah, they all kind of have a tank level in them, so that's why it's like hard to kind of. Other than From Russia with Love, that one doesn't have a tank level, but the other 3 do. So, and I forgot, GoldenEye Rogue Agent was also on PlayStation 2 as well. But yeah, so I don't know which one that is. I think it's one of those. But anyways, continue with Black Wyver's question here. This leads to my question for all of you. What was the very first game you rolled credits on? Also, what is your favorite game that you rolled credits on? Okay, so first game that I rolled credits on, of course, you have to understand that I'm an old man. And back in the day, we didn't really have a lot of games with credits until the NES era, where we had a lot of games with credits kind of come in. Because I was playing games on Atari before playing NES games. And on NES, the very first game I rolled credits on that had actual credits and not just Super Mario Brothers, which famously enough does not have credits, unfortunately. That was the first game I ever beat. But it didn't actually have credits in it. Was Castlevania 1. Castlevania 1 was the very first game I rolled credits on. Yes, they were kind of jokey credits because at the time, Japanese publishers didn't want their talent to be poached. So what they did is they made up fake names in the credits for all their people. And they were all like almost like the Simpsons Treehouse of Horror episodes where they have like the fake names with like the spooky kind of context of their names. And like one of them is like based off like Bela Lugosi and some other ones like classic like Universal monsters people. But that was the first game I rolled credits on, was Castlevania 1. Because I played the heck out of that game. That was the first game that I ever got that wasn't Super Mario Brothers Duck Hunt, the combo pack that came with the console. And I played the heck out of it and loved it. So Castlevania 1 was the first game I rolled credits on. And I mean, favorite game you rolled credits on, well, that's kind of like your favorite game of all time. Unless your favorite game of all time doesn't have credits for some reason. And that one's just, for me, it's just Super Metroid. Because it's my favorite game of all time. And it has a credit sequence where they reference Deer Force. And we all cheer Deer Force when Deer Force comes up. So shout out to Super Metroid. But how about y'all? I want to go around the horn and hear from y'all. Ron, starting with you.
The only one I can remember off the top of my head, and I'm pretty sure there may have been some before this one, but I do remember Captain Nemo, the Dream Master. I did remember rolling credits on that one. Really enjoyed that game. And it was a surprise because I think my aunt got that for me as a Christmas gift. Had never heard of it, and I played the crap out of that game. That game was really, really good. So that was the first one. As far as favorites go, even though Ghost of Tsushima is my GOAT, I have to say I think my favorite credits that I remember is Mass Effect 1. And that was mainly for the fact that the credits music was great. And then just the thought of what was I going to do now? Because that game, it pretty much like completely had engulfed my life. The whole 80-something hours I think I had spent on it. The ending battle was fantastic. And I kind of just didn't know what I was going to do. Because I was just like, there's no other game that's going to come close to this that I'm going to play for a while. So that was the one I think I would say is probably my favorite.
Okay. I mean, you can get it right now for $5.
You can.
On the PlayStation Store. You can relive that experience yourself.
Relive that experience. Do it.
Yeah. All right, Matt, how about you?
Sad to say, I've never rolled credits on Castlevania 1, Ryan. I know for a fact that I've gotten to Dracula. Can't beat him. That's a hard game.
It's a hard boss.
It's a tough game.
Yeah, that's a hard game, man. And like, I was already proud to actually get that far, and I was like, I can't beat this. Is insane. So, kudos to you, my friend.
I was very persistent as a child. I would grind Castlevania like it was no tomorrow. And the best part was, since you had unlimited continues and it would just start you at the start of the level when you ran out of lives, like I would just leave my NES on for days upon days.
Oh man!
At that final level to beat Dracula.
That's the punishing part. You have to start the level again. It's not like you start the fight again. You have to start the level again. I'm like,
it's not
I
as
barely
bad as
got
Ninja
here.
Gaiden though, because Ninja Gaiden on NES,
yeah?
Matt, if you get to the final boss in Ninja Gaiden and you die at the final boss, it sends you back not one level, not two level, 3 levels back. And it's not even just if you die, and when I say die, I mean you die on the boss. Even if you have multiple lives left, it kicks you back.
Just why? Why do this? Just because? No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No thanks.
We're talking about the NES era. They just wanted to sit there and torture people. That's all it was.
Oh my God. So no. Yeah. Anyways, I never rolled credits on Castlevania 1. I'm sure there was NES games that I rolled credits on, but they don't really stand out from childhood memories. So the one that I do vividly remember is Super Mario World, just because, again, I did that with my brother. So there's a lot of going back and forth. So it just kind of felt like a very momentous moment to roll credits there together and just kind of, and it's got that, like, that iconic music, right? And as you're going through the worlds, when you see the credits, right?
Yeah.
If I recall. So
Yeah, and
That one
even,
really
like,
stands out.
like names out the different monsters and stuff like that too, which was really
Yeah.
cool.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That was a really neat one. And then, yeah, like Ryan said, like favorite rolling credits for Goat. You know what? I'll do Near Automata because you see the credits quite a few times in that one. So, favorite time I rolled credits.
It
on that
never
one.
stops.
You see
It never
credits.
stops.
It never stops. Multiple times.
All right, Fulia, how about you?
So my earliest memory of rolling credits was on the PlayStation 3. I never rolled credits beyond that. And the one that I remember was Lego Harry Potter Years 1 to 4. And that one, because I loved the films already, I was just feeling like I was already in the movies again, but in Lego form. So I'm just like going through these games and I get through right to the end and I absolutely loved it. My favorite, though, that I've rolled credits on is also my first platinum, and that is Life is Strange True Colors. And yeah, I really loved playing through that particular game so much that even after I had rolled credits, I was just like, oh man, there's so much to digest from that story.
Yeah.
And I absolutely enjoyed it thoroughly. So that one is definitely a highlight of mine as my favorite rolled credits game.
Nice.
All right.
Nice. These are all good picks. I like this.
Yeah.
Like this question, Black River. Last question comes to us from Kiku, who says, "I heard Ron was kidnapped and made to play Fortnite. Surely he didn't survive such horror, and he's been replaced. Is that really you, Ron? Are you okay?"
Angel,
That's the question.
rewind back to when I talked about Fortnite. Yes, I am here. Yes, it is me.
You missed Fortnite. I understand. Quag go get you into Fortnite one play.
No, it's not going to happen.
One day you'll be in the Discord. He'll ask you really nicely.
I love Quag. But he knows.
Challenge
it's not
accepted.
gonna happen. Yeah. He can keep asking, and I will continue to tell him no every time.
Poor Quag. At this rate, he's not going to have anyone to play with, and no one to
That's
play.
not true.
Fortnite
There's
with.
like 20 people that sit there and play.
Fair enough. Kiku chimes in, of course, asking the question. I can believe it after watching you tonight. The real Ron has returned.
Exactly.
Oh, man. Well, anyways, I think that's going to do it for this week's episode of the PlayStation Drive. But before we go, of course, we got to thank all of our patrons over at patreon.com/Carpool Gaming, starting with our ultimate producers, Jonathan Brown, the man behind the music
JB.
on the Xbox Drive and the PlayStation Drive. That's us. That's our podcast. His new single, Forgotten, Outright Meow, over on his Linktree, linktr.ee/pme.jb, or just search Purple Monkey Entertainment or PME over on your favorite music platform of your choice. Of course, I love the fact that JB, gave me this visual aid that every time I shout him out on the ultimate producer,
Yep.
I can just put this up. People
right.
can see JB's
true.
face. Yes. They know he's a real person. So shout out to JB, by the way. We love you, buddy. Cwagmire, who humbly reminds me that the best babes are, in fact, Xenobabes when you're not playing Fortnite. And TechMike, who says, whether you're a Kevesi or a Agnian, you're a Xenobabe at heart.
That's right.
Links to all of our
right.
ultimate producers
Is it?
can always be found in the description of our podcast. Our platinum producers, Smokin Joe, Solo, the Captain, and Tim Paullin, and our gold members, Adam K. and Awesome Dave 1337, Brad Moore, Brian Reese, Cecily Carrozza, Dan and Luma, Dannohh, Emily O'Kelly, Hoppel, John 32, Ligerwoods 330, OldMrFrump, Patrice Mallette, Peje, Shane Erickson, TheDonRob, and the Jiggy Collector. Huge thank you once again to all of our patrons over at patreon.com/Carpool Gaming. If you want to hop in the car with us, head over there, choose the tier that's right for you. And Ron, plugs go.
It's going to be Savoy Prime on PlayStation, Xbox, Steam, Backlogged, True Trophies, PSN Profiles, and Blue Sky. And Savoy_Prime on Twitter.
Nice. And Matt, where can people find you?
You can find me as Nagachaka in the Carpool Gaming Discord on Twitter and in Blue Sky as well.
Nice. Fulia, where can people find you?
You can find me over on Blue Sky as well, and over on X and Instagram at FoolishFuji. You can also find me on my new website, foolishfuji.com. It'll have all the links to everything and more if you would like to check it out. So, yeah, there you go.
Nice.
Yep.
And as for me, you can always find me over on the old Twitter, aka X, at Ryan Turford. I'm not in Blue Sky yet. I don't know why.
You might as well just go ahead and just come on over, Ryan.
I just
Join us. It's nice over there. It's nice.
But
It's
everyone's
nice.
doing it, which means I feel like I shouldn't. You know, I don't want to be like everyone else. I want to be my own person. I don't know. I'll hang out with the people that are still left on Twitter, I guess. You can also find us on you can also find us on X at Carpool Gaming. We're also on Blue Sky as well at Carpool Gaming as well. So go check us out over there. We're over right here at youtube.com/Carpool Gaming, on Twitch at twitch.tv/Carpool Gaming Live, where again Fuya was playing some Dragon Age this week. Sean played a bunch of other games yesterday, like Mario Odyssey and Donkey Kong Land. That's where the Pepsi Man plays Pepsi Man. That will happen when it happens. Please be excited. Ron has his hand up with a question.
Before we go, what happened to the card.co?
It's over.
What
Oh,
happened?
that's still there. That's still
But you
there.
didn't say it, though.
You
didn't say it.
Card.co.
Card.co.
Card, matey.
Oh, slow down. Card. Come on. Don't rush
Yeah.
it.
Don't just leave that behind. What are you doing?
Just sweep over it.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Just
Come on.
Can't toss that out. It's a
Fuya,
part of
I
the
thought
show.
it was
No.
okay that you left it behind, but
No. It's not okay.
Yeah, it's not okay.
No.
Trying
it's
to
not
wrap
okay.
up the
Don't rush
show,
it.
dude.
anyways,
no.
may
This is
I
important.
continue?
Yes, please.
You can also find us on podcast services around the globe. So, for Fuya, Matt, and Ron, I'm Ryan. This has been the PlayStation Drive episode 176. Only 24 more episodes until episode 200, folks. And we're out. Good night, everybody.
Adios, friends.
Bye.
Thanks for checking out this week's episode of the PlayStation Drive. Now, before you drive off, please make sure to like and subscribe on YouTube and follow us at Carpool Gaming on socials. Don't forget to check out our awesome merch on carpoolgaming.com, and you can also support the show on Patreon at patreon.com/carpoolgaming, where you'll unlock all kinds of exclusive content. Links to everything are in the description.